Brought to you by Classic Throwback TV.
And now we'll get the story first. What's happening, girl?
What's up?
All right, we need somebody in this internless room to help with the chairs. We do everything ourselves here. You all don't do your own stage makeup and all like that when you go out, right? You have people who help you out with stuff?
No, we're on tour, I do my own makeup, own hair.
Okay.
Hook it up myself, independent.
So you run your show like we run this show here. Nobody's helping you out, so you might as well just do it yourself.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
That's the way it works.
The difference is that once you go platinum a few times over, and they get somebody to help you out. Here we go platinum, and we're still dragging chairs and getting our own stuff. No complaints though. We like the
good.
We've gotten used to the privacy though. We can tell secrets in here, and nobody leaks.
Good.
You know what? Ray, I feel weird with you sitting behind me. All right, let's adjust. Let me just say, huh?
I'm on the side.
Yeah, you are on the side, but you're really in the very center of things. Is Ray's mic on? All right, young Ray Hamlin represents Naturi from 3LW, and it was broken here on the show and around the country first, Naturi, that you were in L.A.
Mm-hmm.
What was that, about a week and a half ago?
Yeah, like almost 2 weeks ago.
And I did it in my usual dramatic style. I said, you all, while we're enjoying the New York humidity and gossiping about what's going on, young Naturi is being kicked out of 3LW as we speak.
Yeah, it was a lot of drama going on. We were out in LA, and basically there was this whole thing that my management was telling me that they have an understudy for me, and I wasn't up to par, and they wanted me out the group. But I'm thinking, hey, I've been doing this for 3 years. I put my life into this. I love this. I would never want to leave 3LW, but things are being changed around, and the story is getting very, very twisted.
So at what point does it become so serious that you, brings you right here to the show? Are you in 3LW anymore?
Okay, well, technically I am still a member of 3LW, and I never actually left 3LW to begin with. The only reason I'm here, and I'm back in East Orange, New Jersey, is because I was forced off the road to leave because there was a basically attack on me by my group member, Wendy Williams. She tried to assault me, threw a plate of food, hot food, in my face, hit my eye, and I'm thinking, hey, I'm on the road trying to do my job. I don't have to take this. There's no reason why I should be getting hit, being cursed out, verbally abused, physically abused. So I left.
Okay, everybody just freeze. Let me just give myself some props because I brought it to you first. Many of you all dissed me afterwards because you all then went on one of the shows on MTV or BET or whatever, and everybody's like, well, there they are, you and your big mouth always talking some mess.
That was pre-taped, y'all.
Stupid.
MTV, pre-taped. We were together at one point in Atlanta, Georgia, before the whole thing happened in South Carolina when I was attacked by my group member. Then I left. I got a flight out of Atlanta, came back to Newark, New Jersey.
Now, Keely is the one with the teeth.
She's the youngest member of 3LW.
Right. And so, why did she throw a plate of hot food at you like that? We're not taking any phone calls from anybody behind the scenes trying to shut this down. It's too late. As a matter of fact, let's lock the door to the studio just in case somebody tries to come in here and break this up. Okay.
Okay, so basically we were in the vehicle and there was all this talk about Wendy Williams is announcing what's going on with 3LW, putting our business on blast, and they were trying to say it was me. Okay. Like I called you and was like, telling our business, and it had to be somebody connected with me. And
freeze, because we are related through Hunt Hamlin and Ridley. Ray Hamlin represents both of us, but that was nobody from them. No. You'd be shocked at how we actually got this information.
That's what I was trying to explain.
And it had nothing. So, because I see where people are going with this. This is not the way it was.
Right, my involvement in it.
Turn on his mic. Why is he talking through my mic?
My involvement in it essentially started after she came home from the road. I don't know anything about what's going on. I met with her and her folks, and, she came home, told me what was going on,
and that's when he got involved.
Now. This was last week. Friday, Thursday or Friday.
They were basically, management was yelling at me, calling me a liar, trying to say that my family and all this got involved, and just basically going at me, saying I had no right to tell Wendy our personal business, and, why does she know? And I'm saying, hey, this is the real world. People talk. It's not like they haven't been telling people or announcing, yeah, we want her out the group. She's not doing her thing and complaining.
The website also had a lot of information.
Thank
you.
I don't know how you could expect people not to get a hint that you had a problem with Naturi of 3LW if you go on our website and say, oh, she wasn't the original member of 3LW, or oh, we don't like her style of singing. This isn't the Supremes. And,
now, let me ask you this, because it is my understanding that Keely, the youngest member with the teeth, sister, is you all's manager or something like that?
Actually, okay, Michelle Williams is Keely's mother, but she's actually her sister.
Okay.
And Teeth Williams...
Wait, freeze. Okay. What the hell does that mean?
She's...
Legal guardian, I believe she's
legal guardian. So Keely's mother is her sister, legal guardian.
Yeah, it's her sister.
Essentially.
Basically, it's her sister, but it's her mom. And Teeth Williams is her sister, too, who's our production company.
They're all sisters.
They're all sisters.
But they're all older than Keely.
Yeah.
Are they like ages of moms? Are they like, in their... Or is Keely 16 and the mom, the guardian, is 21?
Much older. Like, they're a lot of years apart. That's why Michelle's her mom.
Okay. Are they mad at you because you come from a two-parent household and all like that? Because I did hear that you weren't ghetto enough, which is one of the things that...
This is how I think, it all started, and even Adrian told me, this all started with the whole urban thing, and 3LW needed to grab in their urban audience.
Okay.
And they basically said that it was my responsibility to be the ghetto, around-the-way urban chick that all the, around-the-way girls could relate to. And I'm saying, I think people relate to me, but that doesn't mean I have to switch up who I am completely.
Right.
They were telling me you have to always be in Tim's, wear baggy pants, the way you dress, the way you talk, has to be that thug urban girl. And I'm saying, hey, I'm me. If the fans like it, why are you complaining?
And I'm listening to you talk and stuff like that. So what did they say? Also say that you were dragged up as opposed to brought up? You know how, the difference between a young woman being dragged up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, by some wild dogs that raised her, as opposed to brought up by two parents who love each other. P.S. I met Naturi's parents. I met them at the Hunt Hamlin and Ridley Christmas party. Hi, how you doing? We're standing there over the nice spread of food, I might add. They go all out of Christmas time over there at the farm. Yeah, But, all right, so, get back to how they wanted you. Okay, so what is the girl with the teeth? Keely, what was her image supposed to be?
Okay, the 3LW thing was Keely was the wild, eclectic chick or whatever. Okay, cool.
Okay.
And I love the fact that 3LW had three distinct personalities, three different people. Adrian was supposed to be like the Puerto Rican, thing, bring that Latin flavor.
Okay.
And I was the brown-skinned girl who was supposed to represent all the brown-skinned girls out there, and I was just doing me, basically. Okay. So they were never satisfied with what I brought, and they said that I didn't bring my end of what 3LW needed. So they're trying to replace me with this understudy girl who's basically learning all my parts to be me.
She's a brown-skinned girl, and she is more of like the Tims. Talks rougher than you.
I'm really not sure about that. They're just using this to cover up what it really, really is. What it really is a personal thing against me. It's not that I didn't have the image that they wanted, because I wore the Tims, I wore the baggy pants, and then I switched up and wore the tight jeans and then wore heels.
Right.
I tried to do both, and I did my best in whatever they wanted me to bring to the table, but it was never good enough. It was just never good enough.
So, would the other two girls, would they conspire against you, and so you'd be out on the road and stuff, and you'd feel like the lone wolf?
Yeah, at first it wasn't really like that. It used to be me, Keely, and Adrian were tight. We were friends, and I really, really thought this. They basically didn't want me out the group. Initially, they even told me, Keely said, I think this is drastic. Why are we doing this? She didn't think it was necessary.
Okay.
So I kind of had the backing of my group members.
And how long ago was that when you had their backing?
This is when we were, right before we left L.A., we had a dance rehearsal, and we were all kind of crying. They were hugging me, telling me, don't worry, girl.
What month?
Let's see, today's August. This was July.
Wow.
Right after Keely's birthday, July the 9th, we had some rehearsals, maybe like the 12th or something.
Right.
We had just got home from doing a Ja Rule date. So basically, all the girls like, we don't, we love you, hug, crying. It was emotional.
By the time you performed for my birthday party, the big blowout, how was your relationship when you came up here? You guys talked for a moment. What was that, all phony?
Actually, no, that was when everything was cool.
Okay.
When we went to TRL, I was under the impression that everything was cool.
It was the same day after they left the show. By the way, they went to TRL, then that night they performed at the party. Go ahead.
Exactly. We performed at the party. We were all cool. Bug out, hey, what's up, girl? Everything's cool. I guess it was a week later when all this started happening. And then they were telling me, Keely was saying, I don't think we should do this. This is kind of drastic. I think we should just keep it moving. And they didn't want to really do it. But I think what happened was management kind of put the pressure on them. And they even told me this is a lot of pressure for us.
And the management is Keely's
mother.
Mother sister.
Yes, exactly. So she goes and tells them, and along with probably our production company.
Okay.
But I know for sure that it was, hey, we need to do what's business smart. If you keep her in the group, then the group is going to be held back. I'm holding them back from their success, and we need to get her out.
But you are essentially the lead singer in the group, except for the song I Do, which you didn't do leads on that song.
No, the thing was, 3W, we never had a lead singer, and we all could sing lead. We all danced, we all did our thing, and we were all different. And we all have distinct voices, which was supposed to be the good thing about the group. But I guess it turned into, okay, well, Adrian's style of voice, and then she became more upfront, which I'll tell you about later how that started from 2 years ago. And then Keely, her style of voice was a little bit more like a baby sounding voice. And then I had the whole kind of soulful from, straight from church voice. That's all I know. And then everything started going left when there was all this. They stopped respecting what each one brought to the table. They forgot that each one of us are different and that I bring to the table what I bring and leave it at that.
How old are you?
I'm 18. I just turned 18.
How old is Adrian?
Adrian's the oldest. She's 18. She'll be 19 in October. And Keely's the youngest. She just turned 16 July the 9th. Was she at one point really dating Bow Wow? Just asking. No. And that was just rumors, I'll say what's true and what's not. I'm not a liar, so I'll just state, hey, Keely was never dating Bow Wow. That was rumors. But this whole situation with 3LW, none of this is rumor. I did not leave 3LW. I would never leave 3LW, and I'm here to set the record straight.
And what was on the plate that Keely threw at you, and was it real hot?
This is crazy because I didn't even touch her, and then she did it in a very cowardly way.
Where were you?
We were in the car in an expedition.
Okay.
And we had stopped to get KFC. I'm getting my food, sitting in the back seat of the car, eating my food. Michelle starts yelling at me like, you explain to the fans that you told Wendy Williams, and why is Wendy telling our business and this and that. And I said, I don't have anything to do with it. And she said, yes, you do. This is your fault, and blah blah blah. How terrible. So then Keely and Adrian come from KFC with their plates in hand. Right. So,
oh my God.
The website thing. That's what
yeah.
It was a discussion.
Talk louder, Ray. Nobody can hear you.
It was a discussion with the person from the website.
Exactly.
Because from what I understand, she was requested to explain
to our website moderator
what's going on in the group.
Exactly.
And then when she went to explain what was really going on in the group,
she got upset. This is a guy named Enso on our website who's the moderator who kind of holds it down. And basically she said, hey, you need to tell Chris, his name is Chris, what's going on in the website, and you need to tell him what's really going on with 3LW. I said, okay, you want me to tell him the story? So I grabbed the phone and I said, all right, well, basically they're trying to terminate me from the group. Immediately, Michelle snatches the phone and says, no, Naturi, you're ridiculous. Why are you telling him that? Is that what, you're supposed to tell him? I said, I thought you wanted me to tell the truth. But obviously, they're trying to switch it around to protect the 3LW image.
Right.
So she got upset at me. We're arguing. She's saying, you know what you said. I said, what did I say wrong, Michelle?
Okay. So it's you, the management, and the limo driver, the expedition driver.
At the time.
Okay, so the other girls come out. They got their two-piece. Okay.
And Keely actually had a dinner meal, like one of those big dinner plates with mashed potatoes.
Yeah, because she's 16, she snaps back. Go ahead.
Mashed potatoes.
Damn you all for eating
macaroni and cheese. And chicken, like, the fried chicken.
Yes.
So it's in the big, dinner plate. And she steps onto the car, like the little lever. To get in the car. Yeah. And then while we're arguing, me and Michelle, I'm talking to Michelle, and they're like, F you, you calling me all kind of bitches, and this and that. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, y'all. Trying to ignore them because that's been going on for at least a week while we were on the promo tour.
Right.
So I say to Michelle, what did I say wrong? And all I know is out of the blue, Keely just is like, F you. And then throws the plate dead in my face, in my eye. Okay. My eye was watering. It was a mess.
Well, you had mashed potatoes and gravy.
Mashed potatoes mashed all over my hair, my face, down my clothes. It was a mess. And right then and there, I was like, I don't have to take this. I don't have to take anybody trying to physically assault me, put me in harm. So I left. And I said, I don't think if it was Michelle's daughter, which is Keely, she would have had it. Yeah, she would have been like, no, this is ridiculous, trying to fight me.
Okay, hold on. Did Adrian jump in and give her her two-piece too? Did she give you a two-piece?
No, Adrian never attacked me. All Adrian did was defend her and say that she had every right to hit me. And I said, no, she has no right to hit me or to throw anything in my face.
Okay, are there any fans of 3LW now standing in the parking lot taking pictures or listening to all this go down?
Actually, no, there was no fans going to, thank goodness. It was late. It was late night in KFC, so we're in the parking lot screaming and all this cursing, and all Michelle did was say, what do you want me to do? Spank her? And that's it. She's supposed to be a manager, represent each and every one of us equally.
Yes.
If that's her job, right then and there, she let the fact that her personal feelings, maybe she doesn't like me, get involved, which was unfair.
So, at what point did they tell you, pack your stuff and get on a plane?
Well,
you're out of the group.
They tried to do that before when you had said on the radio. Before they tried to tell me, get on a plane from Charlotte and send me back home. But that wasn't going to work because we still had some dates to do. And I was like, hey, I'm here to work. Even though you guys are arguing with me, I'm here to work.
At any point, did you call Ray off the road and say anything to Ray? Because I've been in situations at several different jobs where I've literally been in the middle of mic breaks and been asked to do things that I wasn't going to do. Mm-hmm. And I'll call Ray up and say, by the way, bro, you're always there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, but actually, at the time, all I did was call my parents. I didn't really call Ray. I just called my parents. Like, this is a lot for me right now. I'm trying to make moves, do what I have to do in 3LW, and then I'm getting food thrown in my face with a plate. So I said, Mommy, Daddy, I have to come home. And I got on a plane from Atlanta, and they wouldn't even give me a flight. My road manager wouldn't even help me. She said that she wasn't obligated to get me a flight. They wouldn't send me home, and they were going to leave me in a dangerous situation. Because how do I know that tomorrow Keely may not feel like throwing some hot coffee in my face or scratching me with the back of her fork?
Right.
Who knows? She doesn't have enough control. Obviously.
Or Adrian pulling out his blade and stabbing you.
Who knows? Like, who knows what they could do just because they're angry? So I said, I'm not doing it, and I'm going home. And I got myself a plane ticket.
So you've sold millions of records.
Mm-hmm.
With 3LW. Did you have a platinum card or something? Were you able to just, whip out your platinum card and get a first class ticket and treat yourself to a glass of soda? and you're too young to drink.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Were you able to just throw caution to the wind and say, forget that Louis luggage and all those designer clothes in there. I'm leaving all that crap. I'm going home to safety.
Well, I don't.
You got a Gucci bag today.
Oh, yes, I do. Thank goodness.
You have to understand, I mean, she is 18 years old. She just turned 18.
I just turned 18.
She's essentially a minor in this group.
Mm-hmm.
So while she speaks very well and knows how to communicate, this isn't a circumstance where you have this mature, older woman on the road that knows how to take care of herself. I think she did exactly what any other kid essentially would do in this circumstance. They'll call their parents and say, look, I can't be in this circumstance here because I don't feel that I'm safe or protected, and just return home.
Geez, I'm being forced to take a break. I don't want to. But I need you to stay here.
Got you.
And Music Rocker, everybody, will still be coming on at 4:30. So we're going to make sure that all of this is taken care of before Music Rocker, because he comes in from Fort Greene, and he takes about 25 trains to get here, carrying all his crates. So he will be highly mad. He doesn't care about 3LW. He cares about getting his shine on.
Okay.
Every Wednesday from 4:30 to 5:30. So we will take a break, and everybody, we're coming right back to talk to Naturi, the missing member of 3LW, exposing the truth on the Wendy Williams Experience. 107.5 WBLS.
Brought to you by Classic Throwback TV.
Wendy Williams Experience. Shout out to Tommy Mottola. Hey man, Wendy's got the heat. Stupid. It's 7 minutes after 4 o'clock, and good afternoon, everybody. And there's exciting radio going on here. Naturi of 3LW is in the studio. We're discussing a story that was broke here first on the Wendy Williams Experience about a week and a half ago. I let you know that Naturi was getting kicked out of 3LW in LA while we were sitting here on the East Coast having fun. To recap briefly, not only did she get kicked out, but she got a two-piece biscuit
meal thrown in my face.
A hot potato meal thrown in her face by Keely, while Keely's mom/sister screamed with lots of bass in her voice and a lot of four-letter words, no doubt. And Adrian looked on and pointed with her pinky, that's right, that's right.
Basically, defending her.
Now, at any given point, young Naturi, was your complexion brought up in this? Because in looking at the CD, here's my CD, I see the Puerto Rican girl is Puerto Rican with the J-Lo slant, meaning, you know, a lighter Puerto Rican. Keely is a lighter skin, if she wore MAC makeup, she'd be a C6. Black girl with the long hair weave and what they would call like a more exotic black girl look, you know. And then you are the brown skinned black girl, clearly no hair weave. You know, you take a cream of nature and you hit it with the hot comb.
Exactly.
And you go on about your business.
Word up.
Okay. At any given point, was skin complexion brought up dealing with you 3Ls?
And I was thinking about this. When I got home, I was thinking a lot of people have been asking me, you know, why are they trying to kick the dark-skinned girl out the group? And I thought back to when I was 15 years old, about 3 years ago.
Okay.
Management and our production company sat us down and basically told us how we have to put Adrian, the Puerto Rican girl, more up front, and the J-Lo thing is in right now. And they basically explained how there's a Puerto Rican fad, and that she had to be more up front. And I'm thinking, oh my, like I'm 15, I'm just trying to sing. That's all I really want to do. And I didn't think that my skin color should really matter, but they basically just told me that, well, you know, nobody's really checking for, you know, the brown skin girl to be up front, J-Lo, and the Puerto Rican thing is what's in right now.
Ray, attorney of law, Ray Hamlin, you want to interject anything at this particular point? As a brown-skinned man?
Name for the brown-skinned bros.
All right, brown-skinned bros are back. Used to be all about light and curly.
I think it's unfortunate.
Yes.
We all know about what the industry has and what the media's perception of certain things is. I think it's unfortunate, certainly for this young lady, to think that her complexion could be somehow considered a detriment in terms of the success of the business. I mean, of the group.
And if they were I just feel like if they were the type of people who weren't down with that and were like, you know, we don't get down like that, they would have stepped up and been like, no, this is our group. Each girl, despite their color or their complexion, is equal, and we're going to represent them just the same.
Okay.
And
but there was this whole J-Lo thing.
She's supposed to rock the boat and say, well, that's not right. Or
okay, well, then you could have said, okay, well, can I at least be in second in command? Or did they then say, well, you know, you are the darker person in the group, so you're third?
I mean, it wasn't even like questioning like who gets, you know, to be second up front or anything. It was just basically they were kind of sitting us down like, unfortunately, this is the way it works, and J-Lo's in right now. We have to put her front.
So the mother-sister's daughter was not pushed out front. It was Adrian.
Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, that's just a matter of opinion. Who knows? But a lot of people, like on our website, are saying, why is it that Keely and Adrian get to sing more? They're more upfront. And, you know, if you look at the video, a lot of people say the video kind of speaks for itself.
Well, it does. Can you do some a cappella for us?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Sing a little bit of something, you know, take it back to church.
Okay.
I sing because I'm happy, and I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know, and I know he watches. Yes, he watches over me.
All right, so at any given point, damn, girl. Naturi, at any given point, did they tell you to give you $50,000 to say you left the group to get a college education and just get up there with the fans and make it all look good?
It wasn't a money offer thing, but basically my two group members, Keel and Adrian, came to me while we were out in LA and sat down and said, hey, we know that this is going on and we basically are kind of kicking you out, but we want to look this as best as possible.
Okay.
And they thought that it would be best if I say to the public and to all our fans that, I just decided to leave 3LW because I want to pursue my college career.
Okay.
Because they know I just graduated from school and everything, from high school.
Uh-huh.
And I'm thinking, why is there such a push on making it so that I look like I left?
Okay.
And they're saying, we're doing this for you, it'll make you look better. We want to make this look as peaceful as possible.
Okay.
And I said, later on, okay, I had to think about that. And I made a decision and said, I can't do that.
Did you call your mom and dad and
Yes,
your attorney, Ray Hamlin, on the three-way?
I only called my parents. I'm
Okay.
sorry, Ray wasn't in it at the time.
Okay.
I take a lot of guidance from my family. So
Okay.
I basically decided, and I told them, hey, I want this to be as peaceful as possible, but I can't lie to the fans, and I owe it to them for all the, the support that they've given us to tell them the truth.
And what'd your mom and dad say?
Exactly. They said that they think it's the best thing to be honest, because I don't want to leave 3LW because to go to college. Yeah, I want to go to school, but I was willing to put all that on the back. I was willing to wait and do what I had to do with 3LW because I want to see us get to the top.
Yeah.
But they wanted to switch it up, make it look like I left to go to school, and that's why all these people on the website, www.3lw.com, are basically saying...
Still selling the group. That's a trooper. Go ahead.
They're basically saying that Naturi has disappeared from the road. I'm not showing up for any dates, no interviews, and they're saying that they don't know where I am. 3LW stated that they don't know where I am. I'm in East Orange, New Jersey, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, well, but if you didn't show up here, you'd look crazy to the fans. You realize that, right?
Exactly. So I have every right to say the truth and tell all the fans I'm in East Orange because I was attacked. I did not leave 3LW. It physically attacked. I could take some verbal abuse. I took it for, a few weeks, and I did eat that up. But I don't take anybody throwing anything at me with a plate of food. Yeah, basically. And I just feel like I have every right to tell the truth.
So you never, at any given point, considered perhaps taking $500,000 in cash to say that you were going to go to college? And you never considered taking money?
At that time, I wasn't really thinking about money. I was thinking about savoring the group, savoring me in the group.
Right.
I was thinking about savoring our relationship as Naturi, Keel, and Adrian.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think, how do I go about this? Like, I tried to do, make it even better, be social, do what I have to do so I could still be here. Because I never wanted to go anywhere.
At any given point, did anybody tell you to wear a wire to get some conversation? Because I would have, right? You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't in the mix, Wendy.
Yeah.
Damn.
I didn't even think about that at the time, but there was something that they actually, when they had a meeting with me, they were supposedly taping our conversation on the low. I didn't even know about that. Michelle gave them a dictaphone and sent them down to have supposedly a personal, heartfelt conversation.
Okay.
But it was being taped the entire time.
How do you know? You saw a red light in one of the skimpy shirts they wear?
No. Michelle announced it and said, that's why I had them tape the conversation that you had with them yesterday. And I'm thinking, these supposed to be my girls. And they're letting management. I understand, that's family to Keely.
Right.
And Adrian, will just go along, hey, she wants to be in the group, so go along, whatever.
She's Kelly. Keely is Beyonce, and you're the other two original girls.
I hate to even compare it to that situation.
But you have to.
What it is what it is, and that's what happened, and they went along with it, taped the conversation, like, on the low. Obviously, we were never real friends if they couldn't have a conversation with me.
And obviously, you didn't say anything worth replaying. Otherwise, they would have rushed up here to try to squelch all of this by saying, guess what? She left the group on her own, so whatever else you hear, listen to this.
Yeah, because if I really left the group, then they would be able to come up and say, she left, 3LW will go on.
Okay, so behind the scenes, you did mention to me that you have a boyfriend. Is he your age?
Yes, he is.
And he's in East Orange?
No, actually, he lives in Union. He goes to Rutgers University.
Well, he's in the area.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's here to comfort you, and everything is fine with that.
Yeah.
Your mom and dad, you're back in your childhood bedroom. And what's next for Naturi? What do you want, and what realistically do you see happening? Solo career, hash it out, sue your way back in, Ray?
I guess that's where I come in.
Okay.
Right now, we are exploring her options, and one of the things that we obviously have to consider is what is the extent of the relationship between her and the group, and what is the extent of her being bound to any agreements that may exist. I have some concern over the management agreement, which I'm led to believe exists. However, the document that I have in my possession is an unsigned management agreement. And when you're involved with minors,
right,
you generally have to go to court to get an order to permit you to go forward with whatever the relationship is. And I don't have any of that. I don't know if there are any court orders permitting the management end of it. I do have a court order permitting the group to be signed to the production company. Okay. That's fine in and of itself. But if this circumstance is centered around a relationship between members of the group and management and the production company, management at this juncture may be at issue because there may not be a legal relationship between management and the group.
There's been a lot,
and I'm just coming into this, so the documents that I have just don't support that. There is actually a legal relationship.
Exactly.
What happens with all the money that's going to get made after this interview? People are going to go out and buy the CD, if for nothing else, than to not just look at the cover, but to listen to the songs and see who's singing, and just people are going to dissect you guys. Does she get any money from future sales?
Well, certainly that
the
would
Girl
be
Can Mac album
position.
was our second. Yeah, of course. I mean, if I participated in the Girl Can Mac album and I worked just as hard as the other two to make the album, and it's coming out October 1st.
Ooh.
And I hope your fans go and buy it. I still should be getting credit for royalties or whatever it is because I'm on the album.
Hey.
I'm not singing much lead.
Do you write?
Actually, I love to write, and we actually wrote a few songs I wrote with the girls, and hopefully I can even pursue my writing career and do a lot of different things. I'm trying to weigh my options right now and just continue living life. Just because they want me out of 3W doesn't mean I'm just going to stop living and doing what I have to do.
Now, have you been silently pursued by other music entities, i.e., the Rockefellers or whoever? I mean, I'm just saying.
Right now, I haven't been speaking about this. This is the first time I'm actually bringing it out, to the public. Everybody kind of knows, because for a while it was like, hey, is she in? Is she out? What's going on? And I didn't really talk about it yet. I was just home thinking, getting my thoughts collected and stuff like that, so.
Okay, so it's my understanding that you were prevented from singing on tracks recently.
Yeah, and that kind of hurts because all my life this has been my dream, just to sing. I want to sing. I want to dance. This is what I'm here for. And when there was a lot of tension going on about me not being in the group and they had a meeting with my parents, I need to up my game and my style of singing didn't fit the group anymore. And I'm like, hey, I got hired to do the job. I made an album that went 1.6 million platinum. I participated in that.
That was the first album.
We won 2 Lady of Soul Awards. I had a part in that. And now they're trying to discredit what I do and say that I don't sing good enough. I'm not, my style isn't good enough. I need to be the ghetto girl. And so basically, I don't think it's fair.
Is the new girl, your understudy, is she a brown-skinned girl with natural creative nature hair?
Yeah, she is a brown-skinned girl. I don't know if that's the girl that they're choosing, but I did see the understudy when we were in dance rehearsal. She's a little bit thicker than me, brown skin.
Does she have a big hair weave, or is
she has a ponytail. When I saw her, she had the long, the long ponytail thing going on.
Okay.
So, I mean.
But she's a little thicker, so you can tell the difference between her and the rest. Let me ask you this, because this is very real. They might push their album back. Maybe it doesn't come out in October. Maybe it comes out at Christmas time, because now they're going to have the new girl, whoever that might be, do all your parts, thereby squeezing you out.
I'm not sure. Well, it depends. I mean, that's Epic's thing. I don't know if they're going to push the album back and go through recording all over again or what. But for the past, maybe month, when we were in the studio, Michelle would instruct people that.
That's the mother sister, manager.
The manager. And one time I wanted to sing on a background part, a simple background part. And they wouldn't let me sing. They had the vocal producer go in and sing the part.
You are lying!
No lie.
Ray!
I was in the studio.
She is lying!
No, I'm dead serious. I was in the studio ready to sing right there all day, all night. And I said, why don't you have me go in and do that part, like a simple harmony part? And this is when me, Keelan, and Adrian were still cool. And Keelan said, yeah, Terry could do that part. She'll sound good on it. But she had to consult Michelle, and when the vocal producer came back and said, "I'm sorry, I have to do the part," and she sang the harmony for me. And I thought, hey, I'm a part of this group. Why are they trying to strip, what I had, what I worked for to get here?
So while the other two girls would be out buying money that's barely made, or spending money that's barely made, because none of you are wealthy. You rented your house for cribs. I'm just saying, because
we're not we're not rolling in dough, you guys.
So while you guys are spending money, perhaps it shouldn't be spent yet. They are, because I'm assuming that they go out to Bloomies and stuff like that, and they leave you back at the hotel. Did you have a dancer or a bodyguard or anybody that you can talk to? The Lord, magazines, books to read, TV?
Yeah, well, of course. I always turn to God first, and when I was in LA, I had to just continue praying, turn to my parents, my boyfriend, my friends, my family, the people who care about me, because on the road, the manager, and then there was a road manager who kind of goes along with everything, and then the dancers, I kind of looked for them for comfort, but I never really got that, because everyone's just worried about, hey, I'm trying to keep my job, and I can't knock anybody, hey, I'm just doing me.
Right.
And I don't knock anybody for that, so I kind of was left alone most of the time, and I had to kind of do for me.
I think you've answered everything. I think this is all disgusting. If there's something that you can tell, first of all, do you prefer to be a solo artist or a part of a group at this point?
I can't really say yet. I've thought a lot about it. I'm still thinking, like I said, there are options, and you never know. Like, I've always loved to sing, and I started singing on my own before I was in 3LW, and I continue to sing, and I continue doing what I have to do no matter what happens in the situation. So,
well, you're in good hands because you have your mom and your dad.
Thank you.
You walk with the Lord.
That's right.
You got a boyfriend, and you've got good counsel.
Yes.
And let me just say that Ray is not specializing in a necessarily entertainment attorney. You're a man who specializes in people. You are a criminal attorney. You are an entertainment attorney. You've helped me and my situation more times than I can count. We you know what I'm saying?
Yes, girl.
And your situation and all like that.
Amazing.
Go ahead and give these people their telephone number, right? Damn you.
Well, we consider ourselves trial lawyers, litigators. This appears to be a contract dispute. Mm-hmm. I don't think you need to be a quote-unquote entertainment lawyer. I've taken a review of the contract. I don't know that I would have negotiated the contract the same way, but it is what it is. Mm-hmm. But we are prepared to do what's necessary on the part of our client in order to make sure that she is whole. One of the reasons we came to your show was because we didn't want someone else explaining her story. Because what could essentially happen is you never hear from Naturi again. She's going out of the group. There's a spin that's placed on why she's no longer in the group, and then she's never to be heard from again. I think it's important for her future, for her career, that she explained why she was no longer in the presence of the group. Not so much she left the group, because she didn't leave the group, but why she was no longer in the presence.
Well, I will tell you, the most explosive thing is the food in the face. Whoa!
Which was uncalled for, and
totally uncalled for.
It's a lot of drama, and I wish it could be different, but hey.
Okay, well, this is Naturi, currently of the group 3LW, but much to her chagrin, she's being shoved out. With a two-piece on the side of her dome.
Macaroni and cheese and mashed potatoes.
And she's being defended by the law firm of Hunt, Hamlin, and Ridley. Ray Hamlin, they're located in Newark, New Jersey.
60 Park Place.
If you're going through something and, the white man behind the bench, you're not feeling comfortable, maybe you want to deal with one of your own and you want to be represented properly.
973-242-4471. Yeah.
Maybe I can manage you, right? Maybe I can manage her. You can draw up the paperwork. We can all be in the family.
Gotta get her out of this deal first.
Yeah, right?
I find this to be fascinating.
It's really disappointing, and I'm kind of shocked. I didn't really expect it to go this way. I thought 3W was going to go beyond the typical girl group thing, which is that girls can't ever make it.
Yeah, you're going to be a solo artist. You don't see anybody on this show but me. No partners, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Hey, who's trying to break barriers?
Talk to Salt and Pepper. Anyway, Naturi, thank you very much for coming in. Ray, thanks for bringing her up.
Thanks for having us.
There's something even more important that's about to happen on the show. Because Music Rock is coming on, and he's debuting a song that Excuse me. This is my song? Is going to debut before Music Rock even starts. Well, Ray, you know I was in the studio last night with MOP, Mash Out Posse.
Okay.
Now, you will not be getting any rap artist contractual work, because I'm not a rapper.
We're working out the deal? What's the...
But I did write my own lyrics. So I get some publishing.
Gotta get you be a member of BMI or ASCAP.
Exactly. Be a writer, girl. That's where the money is.
Here, Wendy, come on.
I had so much fun with MOP last night. We're going to debut the song that I did with MOP next after this break. There's only one place you can get this entertainment, and it's free. And it's the Wendy Williams Experience on the legendary 107.5 WBLS.
Wendy's got the heat.